Alright, we're back. This time a bit different since my recording messed up and my audio, my commentary didn't properly got recorded. So yeah, I'm just gonna speed through, go through my what happens in this part. Sorry in advance, but it is how it is. We looked at this tower, and basically it is not a place where you can go in and do something in it, but rather it's a treasure chest of sort, which is kind of weird, but it is what it is. And there's the score of remove disease is not in there, and yeah. So we tried with the rope to open it, and as you can see here, there's some 40 minutes pass, and there's just some like random gear and alchemy things. Nothing too spectacular, to be honest. But we also decided to give one of the survivors, you can see just random exploring. We decided to give the survivor one of our restoration potions here, as you can see here. So he can live, we can rest once without him dying. Brody, the guy. And yeah, we talked to the survivors. Nothing spectacular happened to them. We rearranged a couple of spells. I moved in one, remove fear for Marsha, our shaman, just because I'm not sure. I presume that there might be something that causes fear, and we're not using the extra burning hands anyway, since we use protective luck and demoralize mostly with her. The others, no big change. We talked to them. Nothing really. Nothing special said. New was said here. I think we've gone through their motivation and their characters. Yeah, and we rested. And which is pretty. What is pretty nice is the musician gives us a buff for 24 minutes, which gives us competence bonus +1 and damage and attack, which is pretty nice for the next couple encounters. Here we tried to move in from the stairs, but the stairs were blocked. So we saved and see what's gonna happen before and along the road, and there's enemies. At first we decided, okay, let's just ignore these enemies and use the rope to topple this gravestone and get to the vampire, or Dampier in this case, and try to fight him. And that was a big part of the early times of this episode. And he was pretty tough, or he is pretty tough. Since, spoiler alarm, I did not end up beating him, because his ferocious champion skeleton that he summons can activate right away for some reason, and so it proved too much for me to this fight. I think I could have beaten him, but I just thought, hey, I'm 1000 XP away from level 3. Let's just keep on adventuring and then deal with him later. So this, you can see a different trial and error. Tried to beat him. This is the first attempt, which was pretty nice, but did not work out. And then here is it again. And then I came up with a plan to go up here and up north, up here, to basically to grease his skeleton army here, and then move Nymeria and John up here and kill him in melee, or just shoot him down, or something like that. That's basically the plan. And I thought I wouldn't trigger the skeleton up here, but then it did. So I would say, okay, if I can't beat him conventionally or just head on, and I can't sneak around him, so I might as well keep on exploring, killing the skeleton archers, and either take him on level 2 with these two choke points, or not choke, yeah, a choke point and a way to sneak past him, or wait until level 3. And then there's a pretty bog standard fight, which yeah, it's just nothing special. Whiskers goes in the front with protective luck, which basically means he's untouchable by the zombies. I greased up um, the skeleton archers so they don't continue shooting. And the only tricky part was I needed to move Ricarth forward to disarm the trap, but was not a big deal. And then just kill these skelly boys with no big issue. And then we can further rob our first grave, which awarded us with pretty good experience points. And something pretty funny happened here, because I killed him and then he fall through the terrain and I couldn't get his stuff. Yeah. So I quick saved it and reloaded. Unfortunately, I have a habit of saving after every battle. So I could, dig it out again, kill him again, and then this time it works. And I could get his stuff, which is just like some money, basically. And I still need to find a merchant to use the money on. But anyways, I clear the bodies here, and then run into a patrol of bandit cutthroats. And basically what happened, I'm pretty sure I could have beaten these guys, but after 2 attempts, I think, of it not actually working out that well, I decided to first continue exploring and then take out the bandits afterwards. As you can see here, I moved my guys back, and here are more skeletons, which are much more manageable. And so yeah, I just standard tactic. Whisker goes in the front with protective luck, draws the aggro, and yeah, take them out systematically, no big problem. And then I loot a couple of things, nothing too fancy. And then there is this zombie warlord, which is one of the another boss, and he is basically a very he is a renowned general who got buried and then resurrected, and Ricarth and Sindri both have an idea of how to immobilize him, so we can have a better time. And Ricarth wants us to lure him down down to lure him somewhere, like here on this crane, below this crane, and drop it on him. And Sindri just basically say he can just freeze the warlord for a couple seconds, which are both like options. I tried them both, and they're both not particularly good options, if I have to be honest. And as you will see soon, I just use protective luck and the jaguar and the leopard, and then empowered my grease spell to increase the AC to trip him. His reflex save was like 3 or 4, if I remember correctly. And so he had like 4, as you can see here, and so he couldn't get up. And I just, beat the shit out of him with all my melee characters, and yeah. And yeah, as you can see here, killed him in the first round. Both my companions are very impressed. I got over 1000 XP, which means we got to level 3 in this session. Here, I loaded up again to try the other options, and the option of recall was very like the AI didn't follow through with Whiskers, so I was not like in the mood of doing and luring him down there. And then I tried the option of Sindri, which is basically just icy prison him for a couple turns, and then we punch him. It was nothing special. As you can see, I didn't go on turn-based mode, and he wipes the floor. Like every kid hits for over 30. So I was just not gonna bother. And then there is the long leveling up process, which I'm just gonna cut here because I can explain what I did. Or let's just do it here. Basically I went through and on what I wanted to do. With Nymeria, my main character, I wanted to, and her, since she already has a weapon focus glaive, I wanted her to basically get shadow defenses as soon as possible, which is until which I have to wait until my combat with my BAB attack bonus is at 6, so at least level 6, which I think I'm not even, I can't even reach level 6 in this DLC. But since there is a season 2 DLC planned, and there is a possibility of continuing the adventure of this crew, I am going to still level her up as though you can get to level 6 or higher, or level 10. And who knows, maybe we can go to level 6 in this playthrough, and we can get our shadow defenses, which is pretty busted. Or, well, I wouldn't say busted, it's just pretty, it's just very good at going through, getting through to like very high armor, since with shadow defenses you hit the enemies flat-footed always if they are shaken, which we have the shaman Masha to demoralize them. So this is where I go through the thing. I also don't pick up power attack because I plan on going to Dragon's Disciple, and one of the skills that you can feats you can acquire through Dragon's Disciple is power attack, and I will get it there. Here you can see I'm mulling over what I should get. I was thinking about delaying a turn, so I can get Dazzling Display and Shadow Defense in the same level up, but I just didn't want to. I didn't want to delay any further, and I need outflank and oh no, right. I wanted to have Dazzling have outflank right away next level, since I can pick it up next level. But since it doesn't line up with any of my other companions outflank, I'm just gonna. I was in the end I just gone for Iron Will because of my low will save. To mitigate that for a bit, and Dazzling Display on Nymeria. And the other are pretty standard. The big difference is Rikarth. I leveled him up in a way that would theoretically have him on his way to become a stalwart defender. But again, if the level for this adventure is like till level 5, I will not get there in time for this adventure. But I still want to level him up in a way that technically, if he goes to like level 10, level 12, and he will be at the position that I'm happy with. So I have gone weapon. Also, I decided to go to basically be a melee character with him, even though or rather in the later game to be a melee character, and in the early like first 5 to 10 levels he'll be in shooting arrows.
But he also wants a shadow defense, so in the end I picked up weapon focus, um, longbow, even though I probably will give him a shield and dagger or some light weapon in the future. This is because yeah, I think for the early game, weapon focus longbow is good, and I'm working towards the shadow defenses with him as well. So the next feat I can pick, it's probably gonna be dazzling display and then shadow defenses, so he can also hit people reliably. So a lot of rambling here from me. I was thinking about giving him shield bash and then two weapon fighting, and to just solidify him. But I think I can do that after I get Stalwart Defender, and I'll still be fine because I don't need that many feats. And yeah, I was thinking about getting dagger as his prime weapon, but I decided to go the snapshot route, and Stalwart Defender doesn't give you extra feats, but it does give you uncanny dodge and so on, damage reduction. So I was thinking that the thinking was that I will get enough feats to power up and sword and shield in the future, anyways. So I don't need to worry about it. This is why I picked longbow, weapon focus. Shaman is more easy to level up. Marshall, I was thinking about giving her a weapon focus persuasion, skill focus persuasion, since she is gonna be like demoralizing my enemies in the future. But I decided it was no rush to get these skill focus and persuasive and so on, since we're a long ways away from shadow defenses. So I gave her weapon focus, heavy crossbow, just so she can get dazzling display, to have for her to have another spell, quote unquote, for mass and CC. This is where my recordings sort of fucked up. Anyway, with Sindri, I was thinking about if I want to multi-class him or prestige class him to anything else, and the only thing that would make sense is like Lore Master or Winter Witch. I don't think I can get Winter Witch now I think about it. I don't think there's any way I can get Cold without branching out into something like a witch or something, I believe. So I just stuck with sorcerer for now, and might change into winter witch when I have everything I wanted to. But probably just not gonna do it. Just stick with sorcerer with him. A pure sorcerer is a very good. It's good enough, and you don't need anything. But Winter Witch would be flavorful since he's like sort of ice mage. So we'll see. Nothing too fancy. I give him Shake It Off. As I said, every single one of my character wants a Shake It Off, and so they cannot get like weirdly CC'd in the future. I don't think in this adventure there's a lot of that, but there was a lot of that in the main campaign, so that's why I just grew a habit of getting Shake It Off, and I gave him a mage armor, so Archibald or and Brownford Transmuter can equip other spells than a mage armor, like enlarge and reduce person mainly. Here now is Jean, which is our paladin. She also is pretty straightforward. Just pick a random a feat, and I believe I give her weapon focus longsword, even though I don't have a good longsword right now. It is because I think there is going to be a good longsword. It was that or giving her a focus on flail, which is her current one-handed weapon. But yeah, I am confident that we will get a good longsword. So I decided to give her a weapon focused longsword, and with the focus on again getting shattered defenses, and by level 7, if we ever get this far. And if not, we'll just get outflanked on level 5 if I can. I'm not sure how much bonus attack you need for outflank, but I might just get every melee character in outflank at level 5 to get through this DLC with no big problem. And also Mercy Fatigue, so my Leon hand can heal Nymeria's Rage. And yeah. Archibald also gets Shake It Off. Pretty straightforward. Just pick a random spell that's not gonna matter. I'm gonna mainly use Enlarge Person and Reduce Person with him as his level 1 spell. So yeah. Here I level up Mutation Warrior to get my Iron Will or Lightning. I don't remember what I picked. I think I picked. We'll see, Iron Will. And yeah, and then Dazzling Display. So I'm well on my way to the Sheriff, and now I have +1 Will, +0 Reflexes, which is fine. Oh yeah, and I also highlight my Persuasion because since I already have Dazzling Display, I might as well. I might use it like in one of the fights. If the enemy has like, I don't know, will save of like 1-0 or something, maybe it will be useful. And I'm not using athletics anyways, and so skills with her is pretty irrelevant. So yeah, that was it. Sorry for the audio fucking up. I hope this recording doesn't fuck up. And who knows? Maybe I will do this format more if I feel like a part is dragging out too long. Like I have to constantly restart fights and so on. That's just not that interesting. And yeah, but we'll see. It is a let's play after all. But yeah. See you guys next time, and keep and keep watching if you're happy with it and liking this video. Thank you, and till next time.